Hello, this is your maths video for Tuesday the 29th of September, 29th of the 9th, 20, XXIX 29, IX 9, XX 20. And our LC for today is, can I multiply two digits by two digits? So we're going to move on now away from that one digit, short multiplication, to long multiplication. Some warm-up questions for you. Pause the video. Okay, the question 3 times 8 is 24, of course. These facts can help us with questions with larger numbers like 30 times 8, for example. So if we know that 3 times 8 is 24, we know that 30 times 8 is 240. And the same with question 2 as well. 6 times 7 is 42. So 6 times 7t must be 420. So the answer is 10 times larger. That knowledge of place value and how digits jump is so crucial. The question 22 times 13, just to the right of it, you can see this grid. Now, this is called an area model, and it can help you with your multiplication calculations as well. If you're finding the column method or the long multiplication method a bit tricky, sometimes you can go back a step and use this area model to help you to draw it, but only if you need to. This calculation is 23 multiplied by 31. I've placed the area model out for you to see clearly. 23, so we partition the numbers. 31, firstly, 30 times 20 is 600. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 30 times 2 is 60. So 30 times 20 must be 600. 30 times 3 is 90. 3 times 3 is 9. So 30 times 3 is 90. 1 times 2 is 2. So 1 times 20 is 20. And 1 times 3 is 3. Add them all up. Gives you a total answer of 713. But what we want to be really working towards in year 6 is this idea of multiplying using the long multiplication method. So our calculation is 23 multiplied by 31. We're firstly going to multiply 23 times 1, and then we're going to multiply 23 times 30. It'll make sense in a moment. First step, one group of 3, 1 times 3, or 3 times 1 is 3. Next, one group of 2, 2 times 1, because we're working in the tens column, it's actually 20. 2 tens, 20, 23. There we go. Now, our next step, this is where it can become really tricky. We're now going to multiply 23 times 30. So 23 times 30. But before we do anything, we must place a 0 underneath, because now we're multiplying 23 times 30. 3 times 3 is 9. Next column. 3 groups of 2. 2 groups of 3. 3 times 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 690. Our last step is to add these together. 3 plus 0, 3. 2 plus 9 is 11. So we carry 1, or exchange, just like we have done previously. And 0 plus 6 is 6, plus 1 is 7, gives us a total answer of 713. Rewatch that part of the video if you need to. What we have just done is 23 times 1, and then 23 times 30, and added them together. Next calculation, 41 multiplied by 26. Have a think. We're going to multiply 41 times 6. So 1 times 6, or 6 times 1, is 6. 6 times 4, or 4 times 6, is 24. 4 down, carry the 2. And now there's nothing else to multiply. So that 2, so it goes there. So we've done 41 times 6. Next step, we're now going to multiply 41 times 20. Can you remember what our first step is? Of course, you need to place a 0. This is the crucial part in long multiplication. Place the 0 down. And now, 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 4, 8. Finally, add them together. 6 plus 0, 6. 4 plus 2, 6. 2 plus 8 is 10. And there's your answer. 1066. Oh, here's Tiny. You know what he's like? He's always making mistakes. What do you think he might have done? Have a think. Did you spot it? He's multiplied 32 times 6. He's got that right. He's tried to multiply 32 times 4. Well, it's actually 32 times 40. So what didn't he put down? Of course, he didn't place the 0. So crucial, because you will get the wrong answer if you don't place that 0 down where it needs to be. So our answer is actually 1472. Have a go at questions 1 to 4 in the worksheet, where question 3 is about Mo. Start with question 1, of course. Now, problem solving. Tommy wants to find the area of the blue part of the rectangle. What does he need to do? Okay, step 1. It would be a good idea if Tommy worked out the area of the whole rectangle. So your calculation to work out the area is multiply the length times the width. So firstly, multiply 35 times 16. 35 times 6, and then we're going to multiply 35 times 10. So step 1, 5 times 6 is 30. 0 down, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 3 gives you 21. 1 down, carry the 2. So now, because we've worked out 35 times 6, we're now going to work out 35 times 10. 0 down, always important, place that 0 underneath. And now 1 times 5 or 5 times 1 is 5, and then 1 times 3 or 3 times 1 is 3, and finally add them together. Now that's given us the area of the whole rectangle. But there are 2 parts there which are empty spaces, so we need to subtract those away. Next step. Work out the area of these spaces. Well, 12 times 7, of course, is 84. There are 2 of those. So 84 times 2 is 168. And finally, subtract 168 away from the whole. So 560 minus 168 gives us 392. And I really must stress the importance of units of measure here. It's centimetres squared. When we're measuring area, centimetres squared. It's the little 2. Have a go at the rest of the questions on the sheet, and your answers are to follow. Pause wherever you need to, rewind wherever you need to.